Hi there, welcome to the Jersey Sports Final. Coming up, my personal memories of the late Marty Glickman, who's the subject of that new HBO documentary. But we start with football and that $765 million settlement this week between the NFL and scores of its retired players, namely those chronically injured by concussions. They brought a class action suit, as you know, seeking compensation. And the result is welcome news for one New Jersey doctor. At Saturday's football scrimmage at Wayne Valley High School, Dr. Vin McInerney was on the sidelines as team physician. But this sports orthopedic surgeon has also treated numerous former NFL players with debilitating injuries. Some 4,500 NFL concussion victims are getting paid for their suffering in a settlement with the league.
I think it's a step forward in recognizing that the NFL is looking back at the data and the information and saying, you know, there are dangers here. And we need to really look at the players that have been hurt over the years. Can we help them? I believe we can. I think the NFL realizes that. And then perhaps how can we look to the information we gain from that about making the sport safer for everybody.
McInerney is director of sports medicine at St. Joseph's Hospital and Medical Center in Patterson. He's also the founder of PAST, Pain Alternatives, Solutions and Treatment, a group of doctors providing free care for suffering NFL retirees with little or no health insurance.
They really have nowhere else to go, and many of them were taking high-dose narcotics to dull their pain. I think that was the most startling thing that I saw. I had several players come in initially, and they needed knee surgery, and they were sent to me basically for knee surgery. But when I saw the medication list they were taking, it was enough to kill an elephant.
With more football players than ever suffering concussions, McInerney is part of a group seeking to ban kickoffs in New Jersey high school football.
But when they happen, every one of us, the physicians, the athletic trainers, are focused during that play because we know the gladiators are coming. I just see Braveheart every time in front of me where they're coming at each other and saying, oh my gosh. And the heights and sizes are different. They're not all the same size people, particularly in high school football. That worries us the most. The collisions are catastrophic. And among those Dr. McInerney has helped, former Rutgers quarterback Ray Lucas. Those Giants and Jets making their final cuts as two Jersey boys survive in a surprise Big Blue cutting linebacker Kyle Bosworth, and the Jets keeping 4 quarterbacks, including the New Jersey and Matt Sims, while Howell native Ryan Spadola is indeed one of the team's 5 receivers. The Freehold Township and Lehigh University grad impressing during training camp, both with his sure hands and his play on special teams. Spadola making the club as an undrafted free agent, so another Garden Stater is on the Jets. To the stadium where Andy Pettitte and the Yankees were cruising until that turns to bruising here in the 7th inning with this. Adam Jones connecting off Jabba Chamberlain, a 3-run shot to dead center, part of a 7-run inning. And after losing the first 2, the Orioles salvaging that series finale, winning 7-3. Well, yours truly, as you may know, is now on Twitter. Yes, you can follow me at Joey Waller. So, how about some Waller tweets of the week? One of my tweets was, Jets release Braylon Edwards. No truth to the rumor that when handed his walking papers, he dropped them. Referring to one Met pitcher having Tommy John surgery and the other possibly needing it, I tweeted, with Jeremy Hefner and Matt Harvey, the Mets rotation could have more Tommy John next year than the Dodgers ever did. And then I received a few celebrity tweets, like this one from actor Joe Ganiscoli, a.k.a. Vito Spatafore of The Sopranos. Referring to my number of followers, he writes, proud to get you over 200. Well, thanks, Joe. You know, frankly, I was hoping Jamie Lynn Sigler, who played Meadow, would be my first Sopranos follow, but I'll take it. And I got a tweet from Fred Schreiber, a.k.a. Elephant Boy, a Howard Stern Show whackpacker. He tweets, by the way, did you ever went on date with Robin Quivers or were rejected on the spot? Well, Elephant Boy, I can tell you, I think I can decipher what you're asking. And no, I've never asked Robin out, but you're right. I'm sure she'd reject me. But hey, thanks for your tweet and have a nice day. And finally, in this, the age of me first athletes and announcers, Marty Glickman had a novel approach, focusing on the games, not on himself. The late sportscasting legend is the subject of HBO's terrific new documentary entitled Glickman. In part, it celebrates his creation while the Knicks radio voice of today's basketball play-by-play phraseology, inventing descriptions like swish, top of the key, and the lane.
Glickman mentoring many budding broadcasters, fortunately, including yours truly. As a true sportsman, Glickman would shudder at today's showboating players, and he'd cringe hearing today's over-the-top announcers. You know, sitting at Glickman's kitchen table, he once told me, always remember, the only one tuning in to hear the announcer is the announcer's mother. But the way many of them carry on now, even their moms might be tuning out. Tweet me at Joey Waller. You never know, it could wind up on TV. And the news continues in a moment.